Good afternoon, I'm Rob Boskamp, and you're listening to South Texas Midday. The National Weather Service forecasts that early season heat will impact all of South Texas this week with record-breaking temperatures. While the hottest day is forecast to be tomorrow, heat indexes will be dangerous from today and continue into at least early next week. Temperatures and heat indexes could reach over 100 degrees. Residents are advised to take precautions when working or spending time outside as excessive temperatures increase the risk of heart-related illnesses, including heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room and out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Corpus Christi City Council is meeting to get consent on several items, including purchasing properties worth about $1.5 million for the Nueces River Water Pump Station project located in Council District 1. That will be through the fiscal year 2025 Water Capital Fund. The council will also consider supporting Senate Bill 22 and House Bill 4568, which creates the Texas Moving Image Industry Incentive Program and establishes and funds that program. The meeting's full agenda can be viewed on the city's website at corpuschristitx.gov. The meeting can also be watched on the city's official YouTube channel. The National Trust for Historic Preservation announced that Hidalgo County's San Juan Hotel was chosen as one of America's 11 most endangered historic places. The program helps shed light on important examples of the nation's heritage at risk of destruction or irreparable damage.
So that first kind of phase was trying to engage the city about awareness and options, and then we kind of figured that a lot of this also had to do with money and publicity and then those types of questions. So last year we applied for the statewide listing with Preservation Texas, which is the statewide preservation nonprofit. And then when we saw the call go out for nominations for the National Trust's national listing, we thought, well, it just makes sense that we apply for that as well. We feel like we have a real story here.
That is Gabriel Ozuna, chairman of the Hidalgo County Historical Commission, a community group called Save the San Juan Hotel Initiative, along with Latinos in Heritage Conservation, and the Hidalgo County Historical Commission applied for the designation to amplify preservation efforts.
They have been the sort of grassroots, on-the-ground group that, they've done some block walking. They had an event in nearby Alamo. They've been recounting a lot of stories, especially when they're kind of wearing their shirts or they're out in the community trying to raise awareness about the hotel and its significance. People do care, and most of them have been overwhelmingly positive and responsive of saying, if there's a way to say this, we would really like to see that happen.
The San Juan Hotel was built in 1920 and is one of the Rio Grande Valley's most recognizable landmarks and is one of the few remaining historic structures in San Juan. If the site is saved, the building will be stabilized, rehabilitated, and repurposed with new use, ideally to be determined by the community. The Victoria County Fire Marshal's office is undergoing changes, starting with a new leader. County officials said they are changing operations between the Fire Marshal's office and the county airport. As those changes take shape, Marshall Frazier has been named interim Fire Marshal of Victoria County. He currently serves as the Airport Operations and Maintenance Director and as a former Assistant Fire Marshal. He was sworn in yesterday morning during Commissioner's Court. He brings in more than 25 years of service with Victoria County. His experience includes roles as Airport Operations and Maintenance Director, Aircraft Rescue Firefighting Lieutenant, and Assistant County Fire Marshal. Frazier replaces Richard Castillo, who retired last month. A new hike and bike trail will connect the cities of Edinburgh and McAllen. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held yesterday for the Jackson Hike and Bike Trail. The Jackson Hike and Bike Phase 2 project is set to provide connectivity between the cities of McAllen and Edinburgh's hiking and biking network of trails. The 1.5-mile-long, 10-foot-wide trail creates a unified pathway between Bicentennial Boulevard and 2nd Street trails, extending to the Jackson Road Hike and Bike Trail junction at Jackson Road and Wisconsin Road. The project has a total cost of over $2.6 million, and construction is expected to last 15 months. In state news yesterday, the Texas House preliminarily passed a bill that would end STAR testing in the state's public schools. In a near-unanimous vote, lawmakers approved House Bill 4, which would instead have Texas public school students take 3 shorter state assessments. House lawmakers say the change would mean better tracking of student progress. Representative Gina Hinojosa and Austin Democrat says that HB 4 does education accountability the right way.
It is actually useful information because it gives teachers real-time feedback on the progress of their students as opposed to the STAR, which doesn't give you results until kids have left for the summer.
Under the legislation, students would take a beginning of year assessment in October, a mid-year assessment in January or February, and an end-of-year assessment in May. Results of the test would be available within 24 hours after they were started. The bill needs one more procedural vote in the Texas House before it heads to the state Senate for consideration. The Texas House could expand the state's compassionate use program for medical cannabis as early as today. Houston Public Media's Andrew Schneider reports the measure was given an initial approval in the Texas House on Monday with strong bipartisan support.
HB 46 would expand the conditions under which physicians can prescribe low-THC cannabis. Democratic Representative Penny Morales-Shaw spoke for the bill.
Right now, too many of our fellow Texans are forced to either suffer or self-medicate because they don't have sufficient access. And this is an amazing alternative to addictive, harmful opioids, which we know is a huge problem.
The bill comes as the House prepares to take up Senate Bill 3, restricting the sales of THC consumables.
The other bill will be coming to a House floor near you soon.
Republican Representative Ken King wrote both House Bill 46 and the committee substitute for SB 3. King's substitute is a near total rewrite of the original Senate bill, regulating hemp consumables rather than banning them completely. I'm Andrew Schneider in Houston.
This past Sunday was the first since Pope Leo XIV became the new leader of the Roman Catholic Church. Public radio reporters visited churches across Texas to see how Catholics are feeling about the new pope and what they hope for the church under his leadership.
Hi, I'm Carolina Imperial, and I am a Catholic cantor. We are at St. Bernard of Clairvaux here in Dallas, Texas. I was really excited. It's the first time we have an American pope, and he also has much closeness to Peru. So he speaks perfect Spanish. And being an immigrant myself, I think that's something super important. And it's also, I'm curious to see what will happen and how maybe he will make a bridge between what's going on currently with our government and the division we have right in our country. And I hope it all goes towards peace and inclusion for everyone.
I'm Core Bishop Don Sawyer from Our Lady's Maronite Catholic Parish here in Austin. Cake just came out of the oven. We have to taste it and see what it's like. So people want to say he's this and this, going to be great, and some say, oh, he's going to be bad, and we'll see. I hope with his pontificate, the stress will be on evangelization, because right now we have upswing, particularly young people becoming Catholic, and it's an exciting time. And the emphasis is going to be, he said already, it's going to be on going back to the traditions. Like he'll probably restore for the Roman Rite Catholics the Latin Mass, and where Francis discouraged it. I think it could be a time of really flourishing and growing.
My name is Kathy Armstrong Johnson, and I've been a member of St. Mary's of the Purification Catholic Church in 3rd Ward since 1982. I feel excited. I'm happy to know that he's American. He has Louisiana ties. He has cultural ties that's important to us as a black person. I heard he has Haitian ties as well, family ties. So, and I think that he's in line with our previous Pope. I'm happy to know that he's liberal, and I'm just excited to see what he's going to do for us.
This is Iranda Fontanobassi, St. Mary's Catholic Church in Houston, Texas. I'm feeling awesome about our new Pope. I think we are blessed that first and foremost he's an American, not that where you're from matters, but it does matter that I think he was close to our former Pope of Hope. I called him the Pope of Hope. And I think this one will follow closely in his footsteps. I think he's going to have a good love of people that will make a difference in what the church needs as far as leadership, and America needs as a nation, and the world all around the world. Yeah, the love of people. We have to live and love like God did. We're here to serve one another, and that points to serving our God that we live for.
I'm Mindy Crawford, and I'm a visitor here at this church. So I'm pleased to be at this church today for such a momentous occasion. I'm very excited about Pope Leo. I think it's a great honor that he's from the U.S. and from Peru, and I think it's just going to be a great, great decades, growing the Catholic Church, reaching out to the young people, and I think bringing us all back to the very structure of the Catholic Church, and that is taking care of the poor, being humane, and kind of stopping the tide of all the different things that are going on, like euthanasia, abortion. I just see him as a great leader in all of those things.
A resource information center has been established in Jim Wells County to assist residents with recovery efforts following the recent storms in that area that left many buildings damaged or destroyed. The center is located at the former Wells Fargo Bank building on 601 East Main Street in Alice. The center is intended to help those impacted by the storm connect with essential information and services. Support includes guidance on how to self-report property damage and how to request cleanup assistance through the individual State of Texas assistance tool. The Victoria Police Department is adding new technology to their police units that should help enhance their life-saving capabilities on the scene. The department is adding automated exterior defibrillators to the back of their police units. The device attaches to the chest of the subject and then monitors for heart activity. AEDs give directions to the operator on whether they should continue CPR or step away so the device can shock the body to resuscitate a failing heart on the scene. Police Chief Chuck Young says the technology is intended to help extend the lives of an at-risk subject until emergency services can provide further care. He says the department has 20 defibrillators, and they're looking to get one in every unit eventually. Meanwhile, back in Alice, the groundbreaking for the new Memorial Stadium happened yesterday. The stadium is where the district holds events from football games, track meets, community prep rallies, and soccer matches, among other things. The new stadium is expected to hold up to 6,000 fans. And finally, a Houston woman's decision to throw a quinceañera celebration for her cat has captured the internet's attention and unexpectedly helped save a struggling animal rescue organization. Miranda Gonzalez recently hosted an elaborate 15th birthday celebration for her cat, Holly Marie Gonzalez, complete with a custom dress, mariachi band, and a remote-controlled Bentley for the grand entrance. The event has garnered over 21 million views online. The celebration featured all the traditional elements of a quinceañera, including sponsors for various aspects of the event, a guest book with a Bible and rosary, and even a father-daughter dance. The beneficiary was Almost Home Cat Haven, a local rescue organization housing more than 100 cats that relies entirely on donations to operate. That organization had been on the verge of closing until a certain quinceañera for a cat changed their story. And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.